Hi everyone, Dr. Suneel Dhand, internal medicine physician. A simple trick that you can utilize before meals to help you lose weight if weight loss is your goal. This is obviously a subject that I deal with a lot in my practice of lifestyle medicine. I am not a physician that ever believes in a one-size-fits-all approach. That's the first thing to say. And that's why I'm very skeptical when I hear any professional out there say that this trick will work for you to lose weight, whether it's a diet trick, an exercise trick, or anything else. Everybody is an individual, and that's why it's so important. And personally, when I sit down with anybody and go over a plan of how they can lose weight, this is something to keep in mind. Different things work for different people. Nevertheless, having said that, there are some basic, broad, fundamental principles that apply to almost anyone out there. And I touched upon 3 of these in my video about cutting back on sugars. But 3 of the devils of modern day society when it comes to eating are: number 1, carbohydrates. Society as a whole, we eat way too many carbs, especially the bad carbs. Number 2 is too many processed and packaged foods. And number 3 is excess sugars, especially in those packaged foods. Those things, along with being sedentary, have helped fuel our obesity crisis. However, it is more than that as well, because simply put, we do take in way too many calories than we did a few years ago. Compared to our parents' and grandparents' generations, we eat way more at every meal. I've always found it very interesting when I've had family and friends visit from Europe. When people come to the United States, often one of the first things they notice is the size of the portions. And I've heard all sorts of terms ranging from a simple, wow, that's huge, to the word obscene. And actually that is true. In many ways, our portion sizes are obscene. They're certainly more than the United Kingdom, and actually mainland Europe has even better and more controlled portion sizes than the UK. So having said that then, if you know that portion control is a problem for you and you eat way too much at every meal, I know it can be very tempting. If you have that good food on your plate, you feel the need to finish all of it, then a trick that may work for you is very simple indeed. Drink a glass of water before meals. Yes, that simple. A glass of water before meals. There have been some very interesting studies done in this area. And I remember one from a few years ago where they got some participants and they told them to drink water before every meal. And they found that after 12 weeks, there was significant weight loss. Those who drank a glass of water before one meal a day lost about 2 to 3 pounds after 12 weeks. But those who drank a glass of water before every meal lost closer to 10 pounds, which is a very impressive weight loss. The amount of water that was drunk in that particular study was about 16 ounces, which is about 2 cupfuls or 1 US pint, which I actually think is a lot of water. Remember, you don't want to overhydrate yourself. I would say that even a glass or a cup of water before meals may suffice. How does this work then? Well, quite simply, of course, when you drink the glass of water, it helps to fill up your stomach so that you subsequently eat less. But there's also been some interesting research that has shown that drinking water alone can help increase your basal metabolic rate, your resting energy expenditure, and burn calories that way. Some other benefits then of water, aside from obviously keeping us hydrated. Remember, a lot of studies show that most people out there are actually walking around dehydrated at most points of the day. Some other benefits are that it's also believed to be very good for our digestion and also good for our skin to stay well hydrated. I know a lot of people struggle with the fact that water is not very palatable, and actually I have this issue as well. I don't particularly find water alone very tasty. What I do when I'm in England is I add a small amount of orange squash, the no added sugar orange squash, to my water. I know people in the United States have no idea what I'm talking about when I talk about orange squash. But what I do in the US is I add a small amount of lemon to iced water to make it more tasty. And actually I have some right beside me now, which I'm using to stay hydrated. And here it is then, my iced water with lemon. And I know this video is about water, but I want to imagine for a second it is a gin and tonic. With the weekend coming up, a big cheers then to all of you, and thank you all for your kind messages and support. So remember that trick then. If weight loss is your goal, a glass or a cup of water before meals may really help to control your appetite. I hope you all have a great weekend and have some fun plans. Remember, life is for living. Thanks everyone for listening. Dr. Suneel Dhand, MedStoic Lifestyle Medicine. We'll speak again very soon.